Okay, this is a demonstration of the Zerg 14 gas, 14 full, 18 hatch build versus Medium AI Terran on slower speed. Slower so I have enough time to talk between steps about what it is that I'm doing and why. So, the first thing you want to do is Control F1 to select your workers and send them to mine. Then highlight the closest to the minerals larva and hit Q to turn it into a drone. And then right-click on one of the two unoccupied mineral nodes, say that one. After that, we can manually select the next larva and just hold Q. So as soon as you have 50 minerals, it will morph into a drone.
More minerals.
There we go, and we'll send it to the next mineral node. Now left-click to select your hatchery, make it a group. I like 6, so Control 6. Set your mineral rally in the closest mineral, your unit rally over here near your choke, and send your starting overlord there too. Now double hit 6, hit Q, and hold Q.
More minerals.
There we go, and so that drone is going to go to where we set the drone rally point. That's fine. The next thing we want to make is an overlord. So 6. Whenever you're going to make something, start with hitting 6, Q to select larva, and we're going to come look at my opponent's choke. I want to see what they're doing. AI doesn't tend to build up a whole bunch of stuff at the choke, but Terran, real actual human Terran players tend to, so it's a good idea to see what's going on there. So I'm going to hold W, so the moment I have 100 minerals, it will morph into an overlord. And then even while in cocoon form, I can still right-click like that, and then I'm going to hold Shift and right-click here. And while still holding Shift, right-click here, so that's its travel path. I'm going to make that group 7, so Control 7, double hit 6, and hold Q. And there's my 10th drone. Excellent. So you can see I'm now supply blocked until this overlord pops. That's okay. So you can say I messed up the grouping on the overlord. I'm going to manually select group 7 again. There we go. I'm going to hit 6, and once you're past 50 minerals and 2 larvae, I'm going to hold Q, because right around the time between 90 and 100 minerals, that overlord will pop, and the 11th and 12th drone will morph. I'm just holding Q. There's the 11th and the 12th. Good. Hit 6 to select hatchery. There are no available larvae, but the next thing I want to do is 2 more drones, so I can just hold Q.
We require more minerals.
As soon as I get 10 more minerals, there's that one. Hit 6, hold Q. As soon as another larva is available, and they spawn every 15 seconds, game time, from the hatchery. So when we get to 14, I'm going to pull one drone off the line and take my gas. But we're just waiting on larva. I'm just holding Q. There we go. So we can take him after he drops his minerals off. Z, W, click. There's my first gas. And that consumes the larva, so I want to get back to 14. So 6 and holding Q. We're at the mercy of the game for when it spawns larva. Even though I have more than 50 minerals, I don't have a larva, so I'm just holding Q. Q happens to be select larva and make drone. There we go. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. The next thing we want to do now that we're back to 14 is make a spawning pool. They cost 200 minerals, right? So at around 160, 170-ish, I'm going to pull one off the line and send it to where I want to make the spawning pool. And I tend to like to make them right next to this first gas. So that's 160. This one's probably good. So he drops his minerals off. I right-click over here. I hit Z, and I'm holding A. As soon as I have 200 minerals, I will see the outline for the spawning pool, and I can click. There we go. And my gas popped. So I'm going to box these 3 drones, and right-click on the gas. Wonderful. Now I'm going to hit 6 and hold Q, because I need more drones. 6 and hold Q. We're going to drone. The spawning pool brought us back down to 13. We're going to drone all the way to 17. So it's kind of just over and over and over again. Every time you see it just morphed, hit 6, hold Q. When that one morphs, sweet, hit 6, hold Q. That way you're nailing at exactly either 50 minerals or the next larva being available, whichever comes first, exactly when it's available. You see, we're more than 50 minerals at this point, so we're just waiting on larva. And it looks like we're stockpiling minerals, but we're really not, because I'm going to take an expansion. 6, hold Q. Now after this next larva pops, and because I'm holding Q immediately morphs into a drone, we'll be at 17 of 18, and the next thing is an overlord that I'm going to send to the outer edge of my opponent's expansion, his natural. So I'll have vision of when he expands. Still holding Q. There it is. Okay, so 6, and I'm going to left click on the minimap, to the edge of my opponent's natural, and we don't have any larvae. And in this case, I don't want to hold Q, because that will inadvertently turn that next larva into a drone, which will put me at 18-18 with no overlord. So I don't want to hold Q. What I want to do is just watch down here for when this turns into 1. Once that hits 1 larva, I'll hit Q once to select larva, and then W is overlord. There we go. Q, W for overlord, and then even though it's in cocoon form, I can still right-click where I want it to go when it's done. Double hit 6, and now back to holding Q. There we go. Actually, no, I need metabolic boost. There we go. Now 6, hold Q. So after your overlord, kick off Zergling speed right when the spawning pool pops, which basically we did. Now I'm holding Q to get to 18. There we go. At about 150 minerals, we'll pull one off the line. Say this guy, that's fine. Come over here, and I box my starting overlord that I sent to my choke, and now I send it over across the top part of my natural expansion so I can see if my opponent's doing any kind of shenanigans there. Reselect that drone. Right-click kind of in the middle of where you think the hatchery is going to go, hit Z, and hatchery is Q, so I'm just going to hold Q. As soon as I have 300 minerals, I'll be able to place it.
We require more
There we go.
minerals.
Alright, 6 to select the first hatchery, Q for the 1 larva that was available, and I'm holding E, because the next thing I want is a pair of lings. There we go, and 1 ling egg is 2 lings, so wonderful. I'm going to double hit 7, and look at my choke scout here, and then hit 6 for my hatchery, and hold Z, because the next thing I want is to upgrade to a lair. Now there are a couple lanes there, actually, and I don't want to lose my overlord, so I'm actually going to manually reroute it way the fuck over here. I'm going to hit 6, and hold Z. I at least saw what was going on at the choke, and that's what I wanted.
We require more minerals.
There we go. Lair's been kicked off. After lair, I'm going to double hit 6, and once that ling egg pops into 2 lings, we're going to send them to the Zelnaga towers. So we'll highlight them, left-click on the minimap, right-click here, hold shift and click either of them. That will deselect it such that you only have 1 remaining. Left-click on the minimap, and right-click over here. That's the fastest way to send 1 to 1 Zelnaga tower and the other to the other. Once that's done, I'm going to double hit 6, Q to select larva, and hold Q for 3 more drones. I happen to have the 3 larvae and 150 minerals to make that all happen at once. The next thing after that is a Baneling nest, so I'm going to pull this guy off the line. ZX.
We require more minerals.
There's my Baneling nest. Wonderful. This is against Terran, so you want Banelings. The next thing is to make another overlord, and your initial overlord should always be used for scouting. So there's a larva. I'm holding W. And I'm going to send it to my opponent's island expansion so I can see if he tries to ninja take that at some point. So I right-clicked there. I'm going to hold shift, right-click again, and right-click there. That's the path it's going to take once it hatches. Double hit 6, hold Q. We're going to drone all the way to 23. There's 21, 6, hold Q. Just wait on larva. And it looks like I'm building up an excess of minerals too, but I'm going to end up kicking 2 queens off. They're 150 piece, that's 300 minerals. So it's not excess minerals.
Metamorphosis complete.
Waiting on larva. There we go, 6, holding Q. And then for me, what I like to do is scroll over here. Notice that the progress bar on my Expo hatchery also kind of matches the progress bar on converting my main hatchery to a lair. Can't make a queen at either until both of those are done, and the timing is such they're going to be done in around the same time. So I'm still holding Q to get to 23 supply. There we go. Left click, W. Left click, W. And I'm going to pull this guy off the line and take my second gas. So I kicked my 2 queens off at the same time, roughly, and I've taken my second gas. The next thing is to get centrifugal hooks at the Baneling nest. It just popped. Centrifugal hooks is Baneling speed. We already got Zergling speed. Baneling speed is 150 minerals, 150 gas. We'll end up getting them at roughly the same time. I'm just holding Q, so that the moment I meet the criteria, boom, minerals and gas both just went back to like 0. That's good, I'm spending my money. Next thing is 3 Zergling eggs. So I hit 6. Actually, I need to come over here. Select this, hold shift, select this, control 6, set a common rally point, and then put this guy's drone. So they each have their own drone rally point, but they have a common unit rally point. 6, now, so when I will go to hit 6 and select larva, it shows all of the available larvae at both hatcheries. I'm going to hit Q and hit E 3 times. There's my 3 lings. My gas just popped, so I'm going to put 3 on that. There's 2. There's a 3rd. So I made 3 ling eggs, put 3 drones on gas, now I want to make 3 more ling eggs. So I'm just going to hold E. There we go. So I've got 6 and 6 lings on the way. My queens are getting close to popping, and what I like to do with them first is do a creep tumor, so I can spread from that creep tumor, and after that it's all going to be spawn larvae. Shift click back, control 4, come over here, this one, control 5, so my queen at my expo is group number 4, and my queen at my main is group number 5. Shift click back, I want to make another overlord, and we're going to send that to my home high yield. This one's here, but it's on its way up to the island. I want to see if there's any going to be shenanigans that happen here, so I hit 6, Q, W for overlord, and then right click, so that's where it's going to go. After that, we're going to make double hit 6, Q, we're going to make some more lings. There's 3 more. And while that's thinking about life, I'm going to select 6 of these guys. I have more than 6, that's fine. Hold shift and just keep deselecting the ones you don't want. I'm going to run those over here and make them group 2. This is going to be my Baneling group. 6 Banelings is 150 minerals, 150 gas, so they're over here on creep. I'm going to just hold Z, which is convert to Baneling, and there we go. I'll box these guys, make them group 1, and send them up here. The idea is when an attack comes through here, I can send my Banelings from this direction, and my Zerglings from this direction. I want 3 more Zerglings. That's 150 minerals and 3 larvae. There's my 3 larvae. And at 150 minerals, I'm just going to hold E. There we go. Now here's some more lings popping, so I can highlight them and do Shift 1, which adds them to group 1. Move them up here, and you notice when I hit 1, it selects all of them. When the next batch pop, I'll add them as well. I need to make a couple more overlords. When I look over here at my island, hit 6, Q, W, right-click, and then using the minimap and Shift right-click, I'm going to have that one follow that path up there. So I can see if my opponent tries to take his high yield. And the next thing I'm going to do is 6, Q, and then 100 minerals, W, and I'm going to send Overlord just to watch my island in case any shenanigans happen there. My other lings are popping now, which is wonderful news. You can see on the minimap, because I have Zergling at that Zelnaga tower, there is an attack coming in, but that's okay. I'll take these guys, Shift 1 to add them to group 1, hit 1 to select all of them, move them up here. So there's a good number of lings there, and 6 Banelings here. And what I'm going to do is attack move the Banelings past the bad guys, and then attack move the Zerglings past the bad guys. And it'll just be handled. So I hit 2, they're roughly here-ish, T-click, 1, T-click. That'll handle that. I'm going to double hit 4 and spawn larva, double hit 5 and spawn larva. Creep tumors have spread, so I'm going to go ahead and spread creep. Excellent. And after that attack, I can hit 1, and you can see I've got some Zerglings left. We made 6 Banelings before. This time I'm going to shift deselect those, control 2. We're going to make 8. I don't think I'm going to get attacked anytime in the immediate future with just defended attack, but I want to be safe. So there's 8 Banelings. And here's some Zerglings, but that's really not that many Zerglings. So I'm going to hit 6, Q, and we'll just make a bunch more Zerglings with what larvae I have. And while they're in cocoon form, you can right-click where you want them to go, and they will go there. At this point, what you want to be looking to do is you just defended an attack, so you want to drone up pretty hard with larvae after this, in addition to getting your Spire, ultimately for Mutas, and an Evo Chamber. So I can take this guy, because we're waiting on larvae. X, A,
We
Spire,
require more minerals.
and you are going to become my Spire.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
Their larvae have just popped, so I can double hit 4 and spawn larvae again. Double hit 5, spawn larvae. And we'll take this guy off the line, and we're going to make an
We
Evo Chamber
require more
out of him.
minerals.
And that's about it. At this point, drone up hard, saturate this base, and when your Spire and Evo Chamber pop, get your first level of upgrades, and then start cranking Mutas.